Happy Friday, everybody. So I wanted to start this video over because I wanted to really get into some stories about y'all. So, I wanted to talk about how I seen a video last night of Prince Harry, and Prince Harry had did an interview with 60 Minutes, and he was talking about how William and him got into it, and how William shoved him to the floor, and he ended up cutting his back, and he didn't know his back was cut, and then William told him, "Don't tell Megan." And then so when he got to the house, they cottage, Megan said, "What happened?" Like that. And he said, "Oh, no, I think he said he fell or something. I can't quite remember what he said." But also I also thought that to myself that William has always been jealous of Harry, because Harry was saying even when they was in school, William would ignore him. And that's just like now that the grandmama is gone, and uh Charles is king. William still ain't reached out to his brother and the time of need that everybody needs to be shared. And I said that to myself. I said, "Ooh, that's just awful." Then also he was talking about how it's a lot I want to talk about. He said also they talked about how him and William talked to his daddy about marrying Camilla, because he was saying that why would you marry Camilla when you already got something? At this point, him and his mama, Princess Diana, was already divorced. You understand what I'm saying? But when it came to Princess Diane was saying that it was three in the relationship, and it was Charles, her, and Camilla, and she could no longer deal with it no more because it had nearly drove her crazy in so many ways. Uh, Prince Harry was seeing the same way or the same things that his mom was going through. That was what um Megan was going through. And I think that William was jealous of Megan because Megan came from a black family. Megan mom was black. The daddy was black. So it was a half white, half black family. And then not only that, Megan was an actress. And um Kate just come from royalty, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, he also was saying at first that when he first met Megan, everything between him and Megan was okay. That was Charles, his daddy. His daddy liked him, then all of a sudden things have changed. He said even now, his own brother, or he haven't talked to the family or anything. You know, he said he still do his duties as he's supposed to do, you know. But he said that the guy that was interviewing him asked him, "Would you ever consider going back, taking that reign back?" And he told him no. Because he said that I did something and that I'm very proud of myself of doing. And he said taking up for his family. And I thought that was very, very um what's the word I want to use? Gracious of him. You know what I'm saying? Because here you go, a man comes from royalty, and a woman just an African American. You understand what I'm saying? So then it was a lot of drama problems there, because he just wrote a book because it's called Prince Harry the Spare. I would not get a chance. I would love to read that book because I know that is going to be an absolutely good book. And then he also wrote um uh he also was talking about the interview they did with Oprah Winfrey. That was talked about as well, and how the family didn't like that. They feel like that because he went and him and Megan to the press and says and he said something that he was William rather had said it than his own brother. Then he wanted his own brother. But I feel like you never did apologize to your own brother's wife. Then he said that he also said that William also said that it was just a lot of things, that Prince Harry was talking about. I don't mean to say William. Prince Harry was talking about he is about family and he would love his nieces and nephew to grow up with his two boys. But he said he's going to protect his two boys. Just like he said his mama protected him and William. But like I sit there and said to myself last night as I was watching this interview, if Princess Diane was here, William wouldn't be doing none of that. She wouldn't have cared about what Charles had said or anything. They wouldn't have been doing none of that. You know, they tried to keep her out of loop for her children. And that's just what they tried to do. But they couldn't do it. Because when it came to her and her kid, she was very overprotective of her kid, and she tried to keep them out of the limelight, which that's what she did. But at the same token, Princess Harry is sort of just like his mama, And they was also talking about how he went to the army, and they said that this is what he said on this talk show. I forgot the name of the talk show, but that he was saying that they said that he was bragging about being being in the army and killing people. And he said, "Who does that when you go to Ukraine? Not Ukraine. I'm sorry, Ukraine or Iraq and kill certain people. Who does that? Who brags about how many people they kill? That's just not what the business is. You know what I'm saying?" And I do agree with him because who would want to brag about how many people you kill? Because that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So he was talking about that, and then he was just also talking about how much he really do love his wife and how much she is the love of his life. She means everything to him. His grandmama mean everything to him. He said when he got there, he said because they didn't even tell him about his grandmama had passed away. He said, and then the people that was on the plane, William said something about they wasn't going, it wasn't enough room, and it was only, or they wasn't catching up. Somehow he said it went, but he said he got there anyway, just in time. And he said his auntie said, "Would you like to go in there?" And he said that, is it okay? And she said, "Yeah, it's okay. I think it's time for you to go in there where you can say your goodbyes." And that's he said that he went in there and spent some time with his grandmama, and he said goodbye to his grandmama. He said she was the love of his life as well. He also said that as he was walking behind the casket, it reminded him behind about the time that when he was um walking behind his mama's casket, and it hurt him dearly. It's just like he had took a flower from the people in Britain and sit it to the side. And I can only imagine as a little boy how could that hurt you to lose your mother. I can only imagine. I really can. It's nothing. I mean, because me and my mama don't get along as well. We have our little spits and spags or whatever. But at the end of the day, I feel like that when it comes to her, if something would happen to her, I don't know. I think I probably would end up losing my mind. I do think that because I just think that it's just hard, you know, losing your parents. But your parents say that they rather bury themselves than bury their children. I can see that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't think the parents rather bury themselves or there's I don't think the parents rather want their children to bury them or they bury their children. That's what I think. Uh, if y'all think I'm wrong, give me a little insight. Tell me what's going on, But, that's what I had to say, and that's what I wanted to say on this video. Um, I wanted to do this reaction on Prince Harry, and because it had got to be very interesting to me, and how he was talking about his book and everything. So I want to say I thank y'all for supporting me, and I thank y'all for watching my videos. And just continue to watch my videos. Continue to get me to 1,000 subscribers, and continue to get me to 4,000 watch hours. And I love y'all. Goodbye.